Welcome in, guys. Welcome
It's
in, welcome in. What's happening?
It's up.
Wait, you're wearing shades too? Wait, I'm wearing
Gang,
shades.
gang.
It might be too
Yeah,
hot.
mate. Yeah, might be too hot. Guys, how's it going? Welcome in. Episode 42. I Boozy, myself, Josh, himself, Thomas. We're back. We're 10 episodes away from our big anniversary. Thomas, man, let's get into it, man. Get into it, man. Hit us with it. Come on, bruh. No look it. Ivan Tony penalty it. Let's go.
Yeah, just stare. Wait, you can't see.
Yeah.
Stare into the keeper's eyes as we fucking bury him and his children. But anyway, guys, episode number 42. I booze you. Little disclaimer. So this podcast is solely for entertainment purposes. We do not condone the overconsumption or abuse of alcohol, and we certainly do not condone binge drinking. All guests and hosts have the choice whether they wish to drink alcohol, and it is their responsibility to drink responsibly. And that's why I'm only drinking Fanta.
Why the fuck you lying?
And
Why you
some cans.
Cans, me too. I've got the Strongbow strawberry cider today.
That one I actually haven't had. Any good?
I don't know. You just literally just see me crack it.
Oh, this is a taste test. Oh, it's a taste test. Alright,
Yeah.
let's see it. Go on, get it down, yeah. Go on, get it down your gob.
It doesn't smell nice.
No, initial smell isn't hitting. Right, initial taster. What's the consensus?
It tastes like. Do you remember the yogurts, right, when you were a kid?
Fruits.
No. At the corners, right, and you had the strawberry one.
Like
Muller
Muller Corners, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like that. Is the only way I can describe it.
But they were nice though. So is that a good comparison to make, or?
I'd give it like.
It's got to go again, chat. He's got to make sure. He's got to make sure. Got to be. You can't be too hasty with these things.
No, it's like a. Oh.
5.
No, it's like a 3 out of 10.
Oh, 3. Oh.
Yeah. I can't describe it. Like you'll have to go and get a can of it.
Okay.
To try it.
Well, I thought you're not really selling it to me now. I don't want to get a can of it. Can't just try yours. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. He's got one. Wait, what side? Yeah, cheers. We've got one as well now.
Yeah.
If we'd actually like sorted out drinks before, imagine it's like you could try this.
Yeah, that would have been cold.
Next time.
Guys. So if for some reason you're on your own wearing sunglasses, if you're not from England and you don't know, it's a little bit hot this weekend. It is a little bit fucking toasty.
Blow me,
what
man.
the fuck is that?
It's a fan.
What was that? The fan?
It's a fan.
Yeah, it's a little bit hot this weekend. As we are recording this at 7 p.m. on Friday night, it is currently.
According to Loughborough local weather,
it is
saying
currently 28 degrees.
Yeah, not far off. Yeah, 28, 29, give or take.
And for any of our for any of our Americans watching, that is Celsius, not Fahrenheit. And that is fucking hot for England. Like, that is hot. Personally, I've been really enjoying it.
That's in like the 70s for Fahrenheit, or close.
Isn't it more than that?
Maybe more. Maybe like high 70s. I don't know. I don't know.
Celsius to Fahrenheit. 82.
Oi.
82 Fahrenheit.
Oh.
Yeah, you were close, man. But yeah, that is fucking hot here. And the big problem with the heat in England, right, as opposed to I don't know, like Europe, is when it's fucking hot, it's fucking humid as balls, man. It is so fucking humid. Yeah.
Humid
personally,
as balls, and my balls are as humid. Like it's mental.
Yeah, it is. No, both of them. Like literally both. It is fucking hot.
Yeah.
I was out yesterday with the missus. Went to go meet a mate in town. We went at Brewdog Waterloo.
Nice.
One of my favourite bars. We were sat outside drinking. Like, I think like 4 or 5 pints in. Like the sun was making the booze get a bit crazy. Like, do you know what I mean?
We never sat in the outdoor. Is the outdoor area nice?
No. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's. Wait, did we not?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. We went round the back way through the station, right?
Yeah, we went
Halfway
through the back.
Yeah. So yeah, the outside area is like right out the front. They've got like a little, almost like a veranda out the front. It's really nice. Really nice, and they've kind of got almost like, I would say, like a building site, like hoarding the big like panels of wood over.
Yeah.
So there's no like big buildings that are blocking the view, so
Nice.
you can see like all the clouds and London Eye and stuff. It's nice, man. Yeah, no, it was good. But like I said, that that sun was making the beers hit, right? Because so we met with my mate called Josh, right? I know, but I know it wasn't like my other personality. No, shit like that, right?
Josh me.
So he's normally like a Guinness drinker, like die hard. But for some reason, whenever we meet up, we always go to Brewdog, and we just have this thing, right, where we ask each other, like, what do you want to drink? And we always just say, surprise me.
Yeah.
So we just go up, we just pick something completely random off the menu every time, and then we just fucking like just work our way through the fucking menu, basically. Yeah, and Brewdog obviously do some very high strength beers, some of them like 6-7%, right? So yeah, those strong craft beers in the sun, yeah, it was getting a bit fucking ropes until we got ordered some food.
What were the notable ones?
The notable one was the Radler that they brewed on site. I think it was called Fruche de Man, I think it was called.
Okay.
So it was brewed in their brewery on site, so it comes straight out of the brewery on site there. It was a Radler. The best way I could describe it is like an orange and passion fruit J2O with a little bit of pineapple and just a nice like tint of like lager to it. It was fucking delicious.
So just like juice.
Beautiful. Yeah, but yeah, you can only really drink like 2 pints of it because it gets really fucking humid. Yeah, so it was good, but like I said, the heat was hitting. The fucking heat was definitely hitting yesterday. But like I said, me, I love it. And everyone watching, right? If you're watching this live at twitch.tv/ThomasYoung997, right, and you haven't hit follow, what the fuck are you doing? All right, because it's 30 degrees. This is beer garden weather. Do you know what we're doing on our Friday night for all of you, man, back home, right? We're sat in our fucking rooms. Look, he's got his bucket out.
I've technically, if I open window, I've technically got like a little plot of grass out front. That's my garden, where where the dogs on the fucking when they don't want to walk on the pavement. You know how dogs do that little thing when they go onto the grass. Yeah, that is literally like you don't walk across that. Like you don't know what's in that grass. It's not safe. But yeah, we are here instead of in a lovely pub somewhere, drinking a lovely cold lager.
Just, I think there are fewer enjoyable things in life than a proper beer garden session.
Yeah.
Like, off the top of my head, I can't think of many things that...
I just randomly did one, like, for most of it I was on my own, like, on Wednesday, like, I did gardening at work, and I'm like, I was done, and I'm like, oh, this is at work, I'm gonna have a few beers. Just kept drinking, and it's like...
Oh, yeah. So how many beers did you drink Wednesday? Because you remember, you were already going for 1 or 2, right?
Yeah, I had 13 in the end.
you had 13 pints in the end. Did you?
Yeah.
And I could tell you were fucking monged. I could absolutely tell you were fucking monging out. All right.
I started clearing glasses at work, man. Like those glasses are stressing me out, and I'm like, nah, man. I've made this beer garden all nice today. Like trim the bushes and everything.
Trim the bushes.
Yeah.
You could have worded it like that.
Nah, mate. The amount of times like me and Zach were doing it, and then these women would like walk by like, oh, you can do my garden next, and it's like, no, we're not tending to any lady gardens, just this beer garden.
It's just the beer garden. Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, it's Friday night. We're sat indoors. I'm drinking this very fucking bang average fucking cider.
It's not bang average if it's free. That's below average. It has to be.
Yeah, no, it's definitely below average. Right, we might as well get the really boring shit out of the way. Something that I really don't want to talk about, man. I don't think any of us want to talk about it really. Like,
I've changed nationality. If you can see from the background, man's other way. Fuck off. Yeah. Stupid camera in reverse. Look, we're Turkish now.
Okay, my first question is, why do you have that anyway?
They were taking on the flags for the Euros, and I was like, can I have that one?
What?
Don't question it. Otherwise, want it.
You psycho. Yeah, England in the final. Do we want to really get into it, or should we just do like a 3-word summary each? Or do we want to break it down?
Player ratings. No, I'm joking. Player ratings.
The player ratings.
We rate everyone. Everyone hot garbage, apart from Pickford. Everyone else was shit.
Mate, Pickford, man. What is that guy got to do to get a trophy in his hand? What the fuck has he got to do? Because I don't fucking know.
Move clubs. Move clubs would be a great start.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it was very underwhelming. Yeah. I think as well. I think it's really funny. I feel like England are very similar to Nickelback, as in it's cool to hate them, right? They're so loading up Twitter. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, England's gonna get fucking battered. England's gonna get fucking smashed." But like most of you man just jump on the bandwagon, right?
Yeah. Because
it's cool to fucking hate them. Cool,
yeah.
Right. And first of all, you're a fucking saddle, right? If you're one of them people.
No, you're not. You're a fucking pussy. You're a prick. Like if you do that, and then when England in the final, you're there with your fucking with your 3 lines on the shirt and your fucking, you know what I'm saying, like your tinny in one hand and your phone, like recording, like getting ready for the game. England, no, you're a dickhead. Shut up. I hate you.
Yeah, like I said, it's called hate England. Like that's it. I think as well. I think the thing is, I think as well. I think if we're being really realistic, none of us thought we were going to win. If we're going to be completely honest, I don't think anyone thought we were going to win. Like even England fans. But the thing with England fans is we have heart and we have hope.
You have to commit every year. Like if I go on my, I'm not getting camera up because you know how that went last time, so we'll read the text message out. Where's that gone? It was to my aunt. How long ago was it? It would have been for her birthday. That was it. So, literally last month, so just before the Euros starts, it was my aunt's birthday. I messaged her, sorry for the late message, hope you had a nice birthday. Been messing around with SIM cards, just flying out to Madrid tomorrow. And I was sorting out the Euro sweepstake at work. Then she said, hi, thanks for the good wishes and enjoy Madrid. Love to Eva. And then I said, I'll try. I got England in the sweepstake. Easy monies for me. That aged well. And then she said, haven't you learned yet? We are destined for disappointment.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. If you damn. Like,
shut up me like that. But she's right, man.
Yeah.
She's right.
I got no words.
She's right, man. I can't argue with it now.
I mean, I think one of the best quotes from the tournament was actually from our good friend Bay Elmo.
Oh, I thought it was Alan Shearer. Precious for tyres.
No. Good friend of the stream. Loads of people know him. He's a great guy. So at the start of the tournament, I gave Elian one of my old England shirts to wear, and I was like, right, look, this tournament you are supporting England. This tournament you're one of us, right? Because Bulgaria, shit, right? They've not fucking qualified, right?
They've been good since
Berbatov
done, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'll do it. So we watched like every fucking game together, apart from the first one and might have been the semi-finals because he was away.
He was
here for the final.
Yeah.
Right? So we watched the final, we fucking lose. And I'm not joking, he turns around, he looks me in the eyes and goes, this is the first tournament I've properly supported England. How the fuck do you guys do this every fucking year? And I'm like,
every 2 years, yeah.
I'm like that fucking hit a little bit personal. You know what I mean?
Reality is we don't know either. We just do it, man.
I mean, like the game itself was shit.
It wasn't the greatest game of football. No,
no way around it. I think once we equalised, there was a glimpse. Dude. The pub. Obviously, I watched it in my pub. The pub went crazy. The pub went fucking mental. And none of these twats throwing fucking pint glasses around, right? Because remember, if you do that, you are a grade A fucking nonce, right? Don't fucking do it. Don't be weird.
You should be on a list. Don't do that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think just to, not to beat around the bush, Spain were just a better team.
They're just better, man.
The better team won.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, there's nothing else I could say.
Or on a more positive note, I know what you're gonna miss from the tournament. The Gareth Southgate AIs.
Oh, mate, they were giving me life.
They kept me
They were
going.
giving me life. Right, there was some guy who had one ready for as soon as England loses, and the opening line is Gareth Southgate going, "Fuck me, I'm shit at my job, aren't I?"
Yeah.
And it was like, it's just so fucking funny. And he's like, "Oh, blah blah." I gave all the boys a doobie to smoke at half time, thinking it'd calm their nerves a bit. And I'm like, who the fuck is making this
If
shit?
Kyle Walker wasn't fast, he'd be working at McDonald's.
He'd be working at McDonald's, yeah. But yeah, it was a very, very poor showing. I think if you compare that to the performance against Holland, like coming out of that game against Holland, I did feel confident.
Yeah.
I did feel significantly more confident, I should say, because we played well.
I don't even know if we can say the occasion got to them. It's just like, because it's not like we were brilliant throughout and then we got to the final and then it's like we sort of, got caught in the mud a bit, got caught a bit cold, especially for that, especially Spain's first goal. We definitely got caught cold at the start of the second half, but like it's not like we were blazing, fucking and blowing teams away in the lead up to the final. We were pretty like bang average throughout. I think we just got like, if you look at Gareth Southgate's record, which now that he's obviously resigned as England manager, like they're going through his record and showing everything. When he plays any decent team inside or outside of Europe, it's always like he always seems to come unstuck. Like anyone inside the top 20, realistically, and at the latter stages of any international major international tournament, it's like Italy, Spain, France, Croatia at the time were like probably the worst one because they were like ranked 20th or something, but then they made the final, so then that went out the window. So yeah, man, whenever we play someone decent, it seems to not go our way.
Well, the thing is, I think it's really weird because obviously, like at the end of the tournament, as to be honest, I think the vast majority of English we were very much like he needs to go, like get him out.
Yeah,
and obviously
it was going to be his last game regardless. Yeah. I think we both thought anyway. Yeah.
But like I sat there and like I really thought about it. Like when you think how far he's taken England football in 8 years is ridiculous.
Yeah,
ridiculous. Like I remember growing up as a kid, where we where England wouldn't fucking qualify for tournaments, or like making it out of the group stage was considered like a great tournament.
Yeah.
Right. So he definitely like set the foundations, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. I've just seen that. I think he definitely set the foundations, big time. Like regardless of us not winning, which sucks. But the thing is, I'm not being funny. We've already waited 56 years?
It'd be 58. It'd be 58 years.
Right. Hey, we can wait. We can wait a little bit longer.
A little bit longer, yeah. But the thing is, it's like not even about the foundations. I think he's generally, since like the run in the World Cup in 2018, and obviously he's gone semi-finals, quarter-finals, semi-finals, quarter-final, final, whatever it was. He's just got fans more excited, and even people that aren't fans, just English people that may have husbands, boyfriends, sons, daughter like that, are fans of football. He's just made the nation. I'm not gonna say he's united the nation. That's cringe. It sounds like a
no. To be fair, I think that is heavily accurate. Genuinely,
but he's generally made people more excited, and it's like, I guess in a way he has, because you go to I love when football's on, right? You have to think about when you're at the pub, right? You wouldn't really talk to anyone you would normally talk to, right? I don't know how it works in some of the pubs that you go to and whatnot, but like go to a pub and it's like you can just start looking up at a game. Something happens, you're giving it all the, and then you just start talking to someone like you're on fucking like you're Gary Lineker and Ian Wright, man. You're just chatting about ball, and it's like. Yeah, it's great, man. Ball is like a universal language. Fucking love football, man.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's not an overstatement to say that Southgate definitely kind of like relit the belief in English football.
Yeah.
And to be fair, man, like you said, there's people who don't give a shit about football were talking about football, right? Or coming out to watch games and whatever.
Even if it was just an excuse to get pissed, it's like it's fine, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's great. Like I feel like Southgate, when Southgate has been the manager, I've had some of the fondest memories of football.
Yeah.
Right, and that's without going to a game. Like that's just going to the pub with my mates to watch. I feel like I've had some of the best memories. You know,
It's all because of them. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, mate, when we scored against the Netherlands, and Joe was here, and we were fucking just jumping and fucking hugging, like just moments like that.
As in the pen, or like Ollie Watkins, like as in the winning goal.
Yeah, the winning goal. Like just fucking shouting, screaming, like, and we all bundled in, like, you know, those kind of memories. But yeah, I kind of think he ran his course a little bit.
Yeah. I
think, you know, to be a proper critic, because, you know, realistically, we don't know fuck all. We're not football man. But like for me, there was no like winning mentality behind like the tactics he was putting in.
The mentality and the sort of like versus the expectations that were either being set by like fans, pundits, critics, whatever. Like maybe even themselves. Maybe they obviously failed to live up to their own expectations. But if they felt like they exceeded expectations, then I don't know. Maybe there's a bit of a disconnect there between the fans and the players, because we expect them to listen. We expected them to make the final and at least give it a go, right? Because it's once you've got to the final, anything can happen. So we just expected more of a fight in that final, really.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like other memories I can think of. As much as I hate him, and he was fucking awful this tournament, right? When Bellingham scored that overhead kick.
Yeah.
Like that goal will go down in England history.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable. Yeah, you know, I think he did as much as he did, but then also as well, man. Like to me, that the players just didn't do the job they needed to do. I think Spain were just better. Like,
yeah.
You know, I think when we equalised, that was our time to go for it. Like just.
It's like we equalised and then we just rolled up. We just rolled over and got our, well, we tried to play for pens, but what we did is we rolled over and got our tummy tickled.
Yeah, it's so that's football done. You know, honestly, I don't want to keep going on about it because it makes me sad. I was very emotional at the end of the game.
Yeah,
very emotional. Also quite thankful because we very nearly did drive to Berlin to go watch the game. So I'm fucking glad that we didn't, because fucking hell, right? Could you imagine if we had driven to Berlin, we'd gone there, and that happened, and then we have to drive 11 hours home, knowing that we've just fumbled it.
Yeah, that would have been emotional.
Yeah, long fucking day.
It would have been like, it just would have been in the car and just like complete silence, just like. Yeah. Like, anyone got any games?
yeah, literally. Yeah, stop playing I Spy. Yeah. Oh, yo, as if that happened, man. Someone fucking clipped that. I don't believe that just happened, man.
That's the only game you play in the car, innit?
Yeah, true, man.
That's the only game you play in the car.
Mate, that's funny that happened. Holy, look at that.
I'll say play Ice Spice. Ice Spice in the car.
Yeah. So let's move on. Let's move on to Pokemon stuff.
Mega Lucario Raid Day.
Lucario Raid Day. I don't want to talk about the picture I sent just because it wasn't like 100% confirmed.
Of course. You know? Yes.
Now I've like thought about it. I'm like, I don't want to like spread misinformation.
Spread them. I'll be there in 30.
Right, I'll be there now. Yeah. Yes. So Heroes Niantic is back, and this time not for raiding. This time it is back because of PvP. Which I can't lie. To me, it's fucking laughable. Like I genuinely think it is quite funny.
Yeah. You know what it is, yeah? I'm gonna sound like such a prick for saying it. I'm like, just get a good phone, man. Like, stop skimping out on these phones that barely support Pokemon Go. Just get a new phone, man. Christmas is soon.
Now I'm trying to think how to articulate it.
No, I'm joking. But...
Okay, right, I'll go from the top.
Go on.
First of all, there's this really weird, like brain dead approach that Niantic just don't care about the game. Like, are you stupid?
Of course they
like
do,
what,
man.
Like what kind of shit mindset is that, right? Like this game makes Niantic fucking billions of dollars. How can you possibly say they don't care?
Yeah.
Right? Because that's just false. It's not right.
Yeah, it's just what people want to believe.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And I think, and honestly, I think one of the big problems is a lot of people who play PvP Pokemon Go have never actually played another multiplayer game in their life, period. Because, and I would challenge anyone, I'll challenge the entire internet to tell me one multiplayer experience that has been absolutely flawless with 0 hiccups in its lifetime.
COD.
No.
I'm joking.
Yeah, right? It's bullshit. Like, games have bugs and glitches and hiccups, right? It's a fact. It's a fact, right? So to say Niantic don't care, it's just such a fucking brain dead approach. It's ridiculous, right? Like to me, all that says is you don't understand how business works.
Yeah.
Because it's false. It's false. I think the more logical way to look at it is they probably don't know how to fix it, because it would probably involve completely disabling GBL probably for weeks.
Which people
probably
would
for weeks,
obviously
right?
complain about as well, yeah.
Yeah, right. And I would imagine they would probably have to rewrite the entire code for GBL, right? Because so somewhere within that fucking coding, things aren't fucking adding up. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not like a computer engineer. I'm not a coder. None of that. But I would imagine that is a fucking hard job to do. I'd imagine that's a hard job to do, right? So they want Niantic to fix it, but then they also want to practice. So I would imagine for Niantic to fix it, they would have to take away their ability to practice. But then if they do that, then people are going to go, oh, well, we got to practice. It's like it's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose.
I think the timing's just like, not that there's any good time for it, but I think the timing is unfortunate because I guess for I'll say a small, I'm not going to say a lot of trainers because it's a very small elite few, but a lot of those top level trainers are obviously trying to prepare for Worlds and everything, so it's in their minds it's like we're not able to prepare, and ultimately, you know, if things don't go well at Worlds, it's like, oh well, I didn't get to scrim, it's like, and all this and all that, it's like, yeah, man, I understand that, I do understand that, but at the same time, it's like Josh just said, like, you know, if they have to pull the plug and just, you know, give it a few days, weeks, however long, like I said, we're not experts, I don't know how long it's going to take, but if they need that time, then I think we need to be patient with them, or you just, you know, make do with what we've got now, sort of, you know, tripping and stumbling our way through it, and, you know, there's, like I said, there's no winning, like, people just need to understand, like, the risks that come with running a business.
And again, it goes back to what I said about people who have just not played multiplayer games before. It's always the way, right? In every single multiplayer game I've ever played, right, and it always goes the same way. Something is broke. They fix it, but by fixing it, something else breaks.
It's like a cascade. It's a cascade thing, right? Man. It's like you've got wires. Like
it's never ending. It's never fucking ending, because you physically can't make it perfect. You can't, because, you know, realistically, if you're writing out a code, it still has to work on the hardware that you have as well. And it's not like they have different codes for different, like, each individual thing. The only thing I heavily disagree with, which I find really odd, is how Android is significantly worse than Apple in terms of GBL experience. I find that very odd. Like I said, I'm not like a coder, I'm not a computer engineer, so I don't know. It seems very fucking weird that Android is, like, severely worse in terms of being quote-unquote broken. But then I think it's also, like, a very, like, toxic relationship, right? Very toxic. You get all these people, GBL shit, makes me miserable, it's fucking broken, and then they still proceed to do five GBL sets every day without fail, every single day of the season.
Yeah.
And it's like,
make up your mind, man.
Like, make up your mind. It's one of the two. Like, if GBL is that bad, then you wouldn't even attempt to play it. Sure.
Well, to be fair, no. On the flip side, you don't have to make up your mind. If GBL's making you miserable and you're playing it, that's fair enough. Just don't fucking complain, because like you can it's a very easy fix in terms of not GBL being dusted and stuff. That's a more complicated fix. But in terms of your short term and immediate happiness, maybe even long term, if it's really impacting you that much, just play something else. So
play something else, definitely. But then also on the flip side, I also think Niantic are very much to blame, because once again we have zero communication.
Yeah.
Zero communication, zero transparency.
They used to be a lot better with the dev diaries sort of stuff when they were like, whenever there was like a big issue or there was something that the community was sort of crying out for in terms of change and a different approach. Like they would actually publish it, and then you'd think, you know what, at least they're doing something, or it looks like they're trying to do something.
Yeah, just communicate. Like, to put it crudely, obviously it's not going to happen. Like, even if Niantic said, look, we don't know what the issue is, you'll have to bear with us. To me, that would be perfect. Just to know that they acknowledge it.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
recognizing it rather than apparently ignoring it. Yeah.
But then the guy in me who is a realist knows that Niantic know there is a problem.
Yeah.
Right. Niantic aren't fucking stupid. Niantic are not stupid, and I know that because I've met with staff members several fucking times who have brought up stuff that I thought were like community hidden secrets, right? So like they're not stupid. They know, but that doesn't mean that they can't be open about knowing there's a problem, right?
Yeah.
I know Axon posted his video. I didn't watch it because, not to sound rude, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I watched the first couple minutes, and to be honest, it's just I know what it's a montage of people's obviously game either lagging out of them or frames dropping and stuff. It's like, we know all that. Your video's not for me. Your video's for hopefully for people that work at Niantic that are able to do something about it. So
I just think, I don't know, it makes me wonder if people just live with their head in the sand a little bit, because GBL has been awful since the day it came out. Mm-hmm. GBL has never been perfect.
No.
It's never been perfect, but it's never going to be perfect, right? You're only going to get it so close to perfection, because like I said, that's just how technology works. It is never ever going to be perfect, right? Like you might get it 99.99%.
There's no guarantee that the 0.001% ain't still gonna.
It's never going to. Like I said, I've played video games my entire life. Playing multiplayer video games. There is no online experience that is completely seamless, smooth, works as intended. It's not how it works. There might be in the future, but that is a long way away, right? Me and Tom spoke about this before. We spoke about this before. If something makes you miserable,
stop doing it. Yeah, I've had it. Whether it's sport, whether it's a hobby, whether it's even your job or a relationship, anything like that in your personal life, if it's making you miserable, then you owe it to yourself to stop. Don't feel like you should continue if it's to your detriment. If you eat something, and it's it's not, I don't like it. Stop eating it. No one's gonna force it down your throat. Just stop. And think about it for a second. Just it is making me sad. I don't like this. I'm gonna do something that I do like. Just find happy alternatives.
I'm gonna remove myself from it. I've seen a lot of streamers as well on Twitter, I'm quitting the game, blah blah blah. Don't post that kind of shit, because you're just not.
I better delete my draft then. Not bad. Go on.
It's bullshit. It's such fucking bullshit, right? All these people, and it happens every fucking year, right?
You know what that is? Every year. That's literally to farm engagement. It's to farm engagement. I'm going to quit. Even some people that aren't streamers, just notable battlers, leaderboard in the community, good good players that people, they know what the reaction would be if they said they quit the game, and then, next month I see my man holding a trophy. It's like, bruh, like, what's that about? Like, no shade, but I'm just saying, if you're quitting, like, you're not even a man of your word. So it's like, I mean, you can change your mind. You're more than, welcome to change your mind. But maybe if it was so easy for you to change your mind, maybe you weren't serious in the first place. So actually, no, not maybe, you weren't serious in the first place. 100%, you were not serious. You just said it to gauge. You knew the reaction. You wanted people to feel sorry for you in your situation. You wanted like someone to like. You wanted people to comfort you in the form of, we're gonna miss you. I hope everything goes well in your life and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. I have seen like some people are quitting the game for like other reasons and stuff. Like our good friend of the channel who made the lovely artwork here, Red Flash. Yeah, like obviously he's someone that's got a lot going on. He commissions his artwork and sells his artwork to like raise money. Like, he depends a lot on that. So when the game, the game isn't working for him, but he's able to like do something else and wants to still be involved, and he's trying to find a happy medium, then more power to him. And honestly, I do wish 100%. Him the very best. But it's when people are like, shit, this tournament's not gone well for me, or fuck, like this game's pissing me off, this stream I dropped all this elo, I'm gonna quit. It's like, just do something else, even if it's for a week, man. Don't say you're gonna quit. Like, if you're realistic, you're gonna take like a week, 2 week break. That's not quitting. That's just like, that's doing the right thing and maybe putting it to side and coming back to it later.
Yeah. As well, I think for me, and this isn't supposed to sound like I'm firing shots, but the vast majority of people who are complaining about it have complained about it for a long time.
And you're still
paying money to go to Hawaii to play it.
Some of them.
Does that make sense?
Some of them, it's not even their own money. It's no shade. Like, to be honest, I've said this before on the channel, like, and on the podcast. Like, all of our opinions are our own. So yeah, if you guys disagree, then that's fine. You're more than welcome to. If you agree, then again, you're more than welcome to. But at the end of the day, if something's not making you happy, why are you gonna invest all this time, money, and stuff into it? Like, forcing it. Don't force it. Like, the same with anything. Do not force it.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, that is crazy. Mm-hmm. To me, that is crazy. I would not do something that I dislike and then travel around the world, pay thousands to do it, whilst I'm still complaining that the thing that I'm going to do is shit. Like, that is crazy.
It's got to be somewhat of a coping mechanism. It's like, you think by going on this big trip, or it's gonna help you, forget about, and it may very well, in general, help you forget about, maybe bigger issues that are going on in your life. But then you'll come back and it's like, right, all my issues are still here. I didn't leave them in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I didn't even take them to Hawaii because
exactly. It's
they're still here, man.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a weird one, and fair play to anyone going to Hawaii. Good luck. I hope you have a great time.
You've earned it. You've deserved it. Like, honestly, it's going to be good for you.
But you're also kind of being a little bit of a hypocrite.
Yeah, you can't have your cake and eat it. Like, it's...
like I said, GBL is GBL. It's going to always rotate. They'll fix one thing, nothing will break. It will never change. It will always be the same. That is just that is how multiplayer games work, and it will never change. It's been the same since the dawning of multiplayer fucking games.
Yeah.
Right. It's as simple as that. But yeah, so I'll be very interested to see if Niantic even respond.
Did they release a statement last time when it was the remote raid nerf?
Yeah. But the thing is, I don't think...
Do you remember, like, the consensus? Like...
Yeah, I do, yeah. The thing is, I don't think they'll reply to the PvP thing. I don't.
It's too small. It doesn't affect as many people.
Yeah, like, listen... I don't know how I can word this the way that will make sense because of where we're actually hosting this podcast on a platform that is predominantly PvP based. I'll just say it how it comes to my head. Right? In terms of the grand scheme of the game population, no one plays PvP.
Yeah.
In terms of the overall population of the game.
We've said this before. You can't play PvP without like the PvE stuff, without the catching, without the raids to an extent. Like we wouldn't be able to play Master League, for instance, if we weren't able to raid stuff. So it's like you can't have PvP. Like you can't train your Pokemon up to battle. So that's what they call it on the fucking streams and stuff. You can't train your Pokemon up to battle and have them all powered up and everything to battle if you can't catch anything.
Yeah.
Like it's very simple, and I think that's the premise of the whole franchise is catching.
Yeah. So I'm just checking my local group. So my local group has 142 members in it.
Yeah.
I can confidently say that regular PvPers, I can probably count on one hand in that group.
Including yourself.
Yeah. So
you, Dodie, Ilian. I'm just baiting up names now, my bad. Baiting out the gubs. Sorry guys. Max Zero, Bait Elmo, MrAvalanche.
Yeah. So yeah, that is literally like 1% of my community. Right?
Yeah. If that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, I would be very, very surprised if Niantic even responds to PvP statement, because it's just a fact. No one plays PvP in the grand scheme of the game, and if you broke it down, it would be interesting to see how many people don't. I don't know. Like, let's use rank 19 because that's when you get the rewards, right?
Yeah.
I would be confident to say, I would say it with my chest as well, that probably less than 5% of the entire population of the game hit rank 19 every season, and it's probably significantly less than that. If I hazard a guess. So I would be very, very surprised if Niantic even issue a response.
Yeah. So in general, just to pose a question then, like to be a bit more definitive and concrete. So Axon's video and obviously the tweet he's put out with the link to the video, you think that's just going to get swept under?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I do. I do think so. Which will suck.
Hope it doesn't. Obviously, yeah. But
yeah. But for me, I just think that's just what's going to happen. Because people just don't play PvP. It's simple as that. I've just seen on the live chat saying about making a deal for Worlds. They don't give prizes for most XP, which is true, but it's also not Niantic running Worlds. Just play Pokemon. It's completely different.
And TPCI, it's all.
It's a complete different entity.
Yeah.
It's a complete different entity, and that company don't have a say in the game. They just host the tournaments. It's just how it is. It's a fact. It's not opinion. It's a different company. It's not like Niantic fronting the money for the prize fund. It comes out, from them. And also, realistically, to also kind of fall that down, that with it being a PvP mode, you also want it to feature at a PvP-based event, regardless of the player size, and to make it quote unquote like entertaining, you have to throw a bit of money at it, right?
Yeah.
So, like prizes and whatever.
Make it a show, make it a proper spectacle.
And again, might be a hot take. Pokemon Go is an esport, fucking dog shit, horrific, terrible to watch. 9 times out of 10, the casters are fucking awful. It's very, very fucking cringe to watch, I think, in terms of like the animations and like the stuff that come up on screen.
I don't know, man. You seen the standstill strike animation now? Oh, it does like a little
it's just I think in terms of an esport, it's a bad esport. I think it's not an esport that for me has any kind of lasting qualities. To be fair, we've said this before. We've had this conversation before. Whenever I go to EUIC, I spend as little time at Pokemon Go as I can. I spend most of my time at Pokemon Unite because it's a significantly better viewing experience. In my opinion, it's night and day. That's just how games work. And I think as well that the whole point of streaming these games is these streams are not for people who play the game. These streams are to entice people who haven't played the game to come and play the game. That's the point of it. That's the point of the commentators and whatnot. That's quite literally the point of it. Because without those kind of people tuning in, the streams would get fuck all viewers.
Zero traction. Really.
So it needs to be entertaining, and Pokemon Go as an esport for me just isn't entertaining. It's just not. So it's in a tough spot. But then, like I said, Niantic aren't directly involved with it. So there's prize money for PvP, blah blah. But I personally, I don't see Pokemon Go lasting as an esport. I know we had some, if I remember correctly, we had some big numbers for like ICs and stuff.
Yeah. But that was with first proper. Go on, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, but I was gonna carry on to say, I think the sad reality is a lot of those numbers are padded from people who just want the goodie bags. So they sign up to the one that they're guaranteed to get an entry in.
Yeah.
And then they don't show up. Which tournament was it? Where there was like ridiculous amount of fucking no-shows.
There's been a lot of the special events. I know that Utrecht last year, this year, I can't actually remember the one this year because in terms of the tournament, I know NAIC didn't have a lot. That was it, yeah. So EUIC obviously sold out. I think NAIC didn't sell out and they lost like 80 something people. I know that there was like quite a few people that were meant to be going, posted on Twitter saying due to like flight arrangements and a bunch of other stuff, like they weren't able to go but wanted to. 80 people though, like
that's crazy.
It's a joke, man. That's the size of like some of these tournaments. Like it's a lot of people.
And it's unfortunate that it happens that people do take advantage of the system like that because, for example, the VCG and the TCG sell out instantly every fucking time.
Yeah.
Right. Every time it's so hard.
To get seconds. Yeah.
It's so hard to get a ticket, and a lot of these people just collect the stuff from them, so they just go straight for Pokemon Go.
It's all the same. Yeah. You get the card, you get the playmat, you get the hat. You don't get a different one for each game. So.
Yeah.
And I think it's the first season, like proper season, that's just where championship points have been available. So it's like, if anything, like, we had season before, it was all right. Then we had the one before that. So we've had, like, people say it's our third season in terms of, like, being, like, a serious, like, esport or trying to be a serious esport. Like, we're only just following the same format as the two other fucking formats of the game. So it's like people are arguing like we've been around for ages. Like it's like the third year that it's actually we've seen Pokemon Go be competitive, and the first year that we've actually followed in line with the other games. So it's like we've got a long way to go.
Yeah. See, the thing is, but you say that, but then I would also argue that Sylph was a bigger version of Pokemon Go esports than official Pokemon Go.
Yeah, more people care about the grassroots stuff and everything. Like even Sylph factions, Battle Frontier now, like more people care about that, in my opinion, because it's like, it's a team thing. It feels, I don't know. Obviously, there are individual sports. I play an individual sport. I used to play an individual. Like most of the sports I played were individual sports. But like in terms of, if we're talking from an entertainment point of view and a viewership point of view and like a community, but like team sports just feel a lot more. It's where it's at, and that's why obviously Unite, does as well as it does in terms of, like the viewing numbers and stuff, and just the viewing experience, because it's just a good watch.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I'm not pretending that like I speak for everyone, I know everything. I kind of speak of my experiences.
Yeah,
I've said like I grew up as a proper gamer, like I lived and breathed it. I'd stay up stupid hours in the morning to watch fucking COD, the COD tournaments, the League of Legends tournaments, more recently the Fortnite fucking tournaments, COD League again, the Unite tournaments. And the thing is, you watch them because they're entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
They're also games you can watch without understanding what's going on.
Yeah.
It has to have a core element of being entertaining. And when you really break Pokemon Go PvP down, you tap on a screen and drawing patterns.
Yeah.
When you break it down, right? Like if you are a viewer, you've never watched Pokemon Go before. It doesn't mean anything to you. All you see is tapping and swiping shapes, right? Yeah. It's if you really break it down to the most literal terms, that is what it is. Which is why it doesn't pick up the traction that it perhaps could or maybe should, because it's not entertaining to watch for the everyday person who doesn't know what Pokemon Go is.
Yeah. The people that do watch it, they tend to. They have like either a personal stake in what's going on, i.e. they know someone that's competing, or they play the game themselves, which is why they watch it, and that's how they understand it, because they don't need the. They don't necessarily. They could watch it on mute and they'll know what's going on. Whereas obviously the commentators and the casters are there for the everyday viewer that might not know what's going on.
Definitely. It's completely different. It's so different to the other Pokemon games. And
it's good for a lot of reasons.
The only way. Yeah, I think the only way Pokemon Go as an esport takes off is if they work with Niantic and they completely change the entire thing. Make it so it's not just tapping and drawing fucking patterns on your screen. I mean, listen, I don't have the answers on what I would do. I'm just saying that for me, it would have to look more entertaining for it to actually take off. For me personally, I mean, I guess that's kind of like just where I stand on the topic. We have plans next week to get a guest on who kind of knows, I'd say, more of the technical side of it, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Who will try and kind of explain the actual problems and what it means and what it does, blah blah whatever. I know. I feel like me and Thomas are just kind of looking at it from like.
It would be like a surface value, like, which is what majority of people will look at it as, like the people that don't play the game, even people that play the game, and they just see it for what it is. Like, there's obviously more layers to it, and that's what we spoke about earlier. To properly fix this, it will take a lot of time, require a lot of effort on Niantic's part, a lot of effort with the coding and everything.
And money as well. Don't forget, like
resources. Yeah, there'll be they may not even have the resources to do it at the minute, because we don't know. Like we said, if you fix one problem, it could end up having a knock-on effect, and then there'll be another problem that could potentially be even worse. So it's like maybe maybe they realise that, and it's like, like this is literally the best. The best fix at the minute with it. Being in the current state that it is, because if we fix that, then the game will become worse for maybe other reasons. So it's a tough one. It is a tough one. There's no winning.
I feel like this is kind of a good segment to move on to something that actually happened today, which I'm sure basically everyone fucking heard about today. Let me real quick about Windows global outage. Windows. That is crazy. I don't know how much you've read about it. If any at all.
Briefly on Facebook.
Yeah. So for anyone who for some reason lives under a rock, Windows, as in the operating system, for PCs, has suffered its biggest fucking outage in like the history of technology ever, like quite literally ever. I think I've read somewhere that like over 1 billion PCs today weren't working. It was just giving PCs like the green screen of death. We don't know what happened, but it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like it stopped like airports fucking running flights because they can't access the systems or anything like that. Banks as well. Like banks haven't been able to fucking operate around the world. TVs, like TV broadcast stations, haven't been able to fucking broadcast. It's genuinely quite crazy that like nothing like this has ever happened. Like on this scale, it's fucking crazy. Let me pull up this article real quick. Okay, so the largest IT outage in history hits Microsoft Windows and causes global chaos. Full recovery from an IT failure that's wreaked havoc worldwide on Friday could take weeks to fix. Experts have said after airports, healthcare services, and businesses were hit by the largest outage in history. So one of the other pubs near me, who I know the owner really well, she's lovely. She had to go to the doctors today for a doctor's appointment. Yeah. Doctors were in the office, but they couldn't see her because they couldn't access the system. Yeah. So like hospitals were turning patients away because they that is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Right. That is fucking crazy. There were flights and hospital appointments cancelled. There were payroll system that was seized up. TV channels went off. So supposedly it came from a cyber security company called CrowdStrike, who basically put cyber security into Windows. They basically fucked it up, and basically all the computers just had what do they call it? The blue screen of death.
Yeah.
Being like unable to start, which is crazy. Like crazy.
You don't think about all these real world implications and sort of knock on effects, but like, you think, Windows go down, and so okay, and it's like no, like a lot of computers, systems for a lot of important things, rely upon Windows working. So it's like you don't even think about it until it actually happens.
Yeah. Like just to kind of even think about it, because to us using like a computer is just like every day, and you kind of don't even think about it because you just think, like the computer's always going to work, you might have a few hiccups, but to this scale is ridiculous. And it's crazy because I have this thing, right? I go down really like bad rabbit holes, right? Like with information, I just go down fucking rabbit holes.
Yeah.
And it's like, and to be fair, it's fucking true. So someone basically said that, like, how is it that Microsoft, the biggest, IT company in the world, if they can be taken down like that, like, who's to say something bigger could fucking happen? Because quite obviously, like, it can happen,
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was just going down so many like just rabbit holes, man. Crazy. So my mate who I met yesterday, so he crashed at mine last night because he was flying to Edinburgh this morning.
Yeah.
His flight was like nearly 2 hours delayed leaving because the scanners, which are connected to the computer, run on Microsoft, and this update they'd put on stopped the scanners from working, so they couldn't scan any fucking boarding passage.
Shit.
Right? But because of how it is now, it's not like you can go back to the old days with fucking pen and paper and fucking
do it that way.
Fill it out. Yeah.
If it's down, it's down.
It's chaos. It's really weird to think about stuff like that. And it made me think of I don't know if you've ever seen it. It was an Amazon Prime series called Mr. Robot. Have you seen it?
I have not. No, I can't say I have.
It's fantastic. It's fucking brilliant. It's worth a watch, by the way. It's one of the best series I've ever watched in my life. It's basically about a group of hackers who effectively try and take down, like, I would say, like, fake Microsoft, I would say.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's really fucking good to watch. Definitely watch it. But it reminded me of that. Definitely. Like crazy. So I was supposed to get a phone call from Sky Business today to renew the Sky Sports for the pub. And I was waiting all day, waiting. No phone call. I got a message like just before we started the podcast that like the outages took down all the Sky like office. So they haven't been able to like get in touch with customers or anything like that. And it's just like I don't know. It's crazy to think about. Really crazy to think about that. Like and we're here complaining about GBL, right? Because we're getting a little bit of fucking lag. Like,
there are big issues in the world,
yeah,
man.
do you know what I mean?
If your biggest issue in your day-to-day life is like, ah, shit, can't play my sets today because it's too laggy, or I don't know if I should play, like, mate, you must be living some cushy life, man. Like, you are chilling. Yeah. You are big chilling if that's your only real concern that you've got going on.
But yeah, so yeah, that literally happened. I don't know, man. I feel like the world at the minute is it's in a state, man.
Yeah.
Like it feels like I don't know, man. It feels like we're living in a simulation or something, man. I'd rather not talk about the thing from the politics that happened this last week. We're not that kind of podcast.
No, fuck it.
You know, like even that was fucking crazy to read about.
Yeah.
Fucking mental to read about. Yeah, so
this world's mudded, man. Just going to the fucking dogs, man.
Yeah.
And everyone I speak to keeps saying that I'll run the precipice of World War III. It's like,
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
I keep saying to them, I don't know about that, because maybe in my head I'm trying to, like, you know, not speak into existence or acknowledge it, but like, man, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think it's probably. I think it's kind of why, especially with the Euros going on, and that's why a lot of England got behind it, because it was kind of a nice way to turn a blind eye to what's happening in the real world.
About a lot of the real world problems and maybe even your own personal problems. Yeah.
You know, after the Euros took place in England during the general election, and you know, for some people, the result came up they wanted, others not so much. But I don't know. It was nice to just kind of like bury your head in the sand for a little bit.
Yeah.
And just, you know, kind of play the game of if I can't see it, it's
can't hurt me. Yeah.
No.
Play dumb a bit. Yeah, you know it's happening, but it's like, you know, it's a problem for Josh of another day or Tom of another day.
Yeah, quite literally. Yeah, and now the Euros is over. It's like, guess who's fucking back, bitches? Like,
fucking back. We were up, we were high, and then we're down again.
Yeah, we're down bad, still sad.
That's it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty good place to kind of round off.